In this video, I'll go over how trimming works in the Ka-50. Now in DCS, as you know, helicopters have the trimming modes like instant trim, central position trimmer, and all those modes apply to the Ka-50 like normal. However, the Ka-50 also has some autopilots that kind of interact with the trimming system, which is what I wanted to go over. If you look at these buttons down here, you have the different autopilot channels: pitch, bank, and heading. Now normally when you're flying around, you have these three channels on by default. So these buttons do two things. The first thing they do is that they stabilize the Ka-50. The second thing they do is that they basically hold the pitch, bank, and heading of the helicopter when you use your trimmer. So the way you fly the Ka-50 is that you hold your trim down, angle the helicopter how you want it, and then release the trim, and these autopilots will kind of try to hold the helicopter where it is. If you try to move the stick without using the trim switch, the autopilot will kind of fight against it. If I try to use my pedals to turn left or right, the autopilot will try to automatically turn you back towards your heading you were at when you last trimmed it. So in the Ka-50, it's important to hold down the trim switch anytime you want to maneuver or turn, and then once you're done, release the trim and the autopilot will capture that position and hold it. Another thing you can do is click this button, which turns on the flight director. When you are in flight director mode, the dampening channels from the autopilot will still be on. It's just that it won't have the function where it tries to hold your position. So it's not going to try to like hold your heading, for example. If you have flight director on, you can freely move the helicopter how you want. I can turn left or right, and it's not going to try to turn me back to where I was. The last option you can do is just turn off all the autopilot channels completely. This will stop the autopilot from trying to capture your position, and it will turn off the dampeners too, so you'll just have complete raw control. It really just depends how you want to fly. The way that I fly and what most people do is they just have these three channels on, and basically you just hold the trim when you need to turn or maneuver and release the trim when you're done. But if you want, you can use flight director, or you can just turn everything off for raw control. That was how the trimming system works in the Ka-50. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you later.